with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So there's this guy in Australia who does this show called Friendly Jordies. His name's Jordan Shanks, and he's a comedian, but he's a political commentator, and he does these YouTube things that are starting to go pretty wild. He's been attacking politicians. Any hypocrite cunt in Australia, he pretty much targets and goes after and fucking hammers them. And he's a smart dude. He's funny. He's well-researched. I'm not actually sure if he's well-researched or not. I couldn't tell you. He seems well-researched. I'm not fact-checking Friendly Jordies. A lot of people hate him. I think he's fucking great. And people are actually turning to him now because the mainstream media is so fucking shit, especially in Australia. But people are starting to turn to Friendly Jordies as a legitimate source of media, as they rightly should, because he's the one doing the real fucking work. I like him mainly because he hates all the same people I hate. And as they say, the enemy of my enemy is a friend. And also, I like Friendly Jordies for another reason. You can never, ever predict what someone is going to become in the future. You just can't tell. You have no fucking idea what's going to happen, especially in comedy, because I saw Friendly Jordies, Jordan Shanks, in Sydney. It must have been about 8 years ago. We were doing an open mic together at Comedy on Edge in Chippendale, and it was a whatever gig. I don't remember too much about the gig. I think there was a little bit of a crowd, maybe about 20 people. I can't even remember if I was on that night. I don't remember anything about the night besides a young Friendly Jordies. He must have been like early 20s back then. Take the stage and proceed to bomb harder than I think I've seen anyone ever bomb before. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. He came on stage with some character. It was like a German character. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He was yelling in a German accent. He was screaming. And then he was playing like 3 different characters. And they were all yelling. And he was... I don't know what it was. I don't know what was going on. I just remember I felt it deep in my soul. Like it was hurting my soul watching it. I was like, please, for the love of fucking God, stop this cunt. But no one could fucking stop him. He just continued to roll out these characters. And these characters, by the way, ended up becoming Friendly Jordies, who will probably eventually become the leader of the new media or some shit like that, if he's not already. He's got 500,000 followers to his show, which is more than all the other news channels combined. But Friendly Jordies that night, he just continued on with his characters. He was bombing so hard that he made me question who I was. Not even just who I was, the art form as well. I'm like, is comedy actually a thing? Have I just been hallucinating that comedy is a thing? He was bombing so fucking hard, and it was affecting me so much emotionally that I didn't want it to end. Like some sort of fucking junkie. I was like, I need this to end, but please never stop. At least you're making me feel. I didn't want it to stop. And luckily enough for me, Friendly Jordies fucking continued. He blew right past his 5 minutes. He didn't see the light because he was so caught up in these characters that I don't know what they were at the time. And I'm standing there watching this bomb and I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to think. I'm like, how on God's green earth can he believe anything is even remotely funny? Not even him. How can another human being even fathom the thought that this is funny? It really shook the foundations of my being, this bomb. It was a very difficult thing to watch and process. I don't think I ever truly processed it. I think he ended up doing about 12 minutes. That's what you do when you're young and you are fucking eating shit. When things aren't going well, you go long. You do more time. You've only got 5 shit minutes of material, but somehow you find another 7 minutes fuck, it was brutal. And I just remember him hopping off stage, and I remember just feeling the crowd. I wanted to feel their emotions, and I could feel that something had been taken away from them that night. Something important. I don't know what you call it in certain religions. Maybe it's Gaia. Maybe it's your soul. I don't know. But something... He had stolen something from the crowd that night. And being the empathetic soul I am, I just felt like walking over to him and just going, man, you've got to quit, man. Not just this, not just comedy, everything. Your life, your job, your relationship, your family. You've got to go somewhere else, man. You've got to leave the country now. You've got to leave the country. I don't know, grow a moustache, move to France. I don't know. I think you were already doing a French character. I couldn't tell. It was so fucking disconcerting. And so all these years later, 8 long years after one of the most horrible bombs I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen plenty, and I've done plenty. 8 long years. Jordan Shanks is now Friendly Jordies with 500,000 followers, on his way to building a media empire. And I am David Boyle, and I will probably be going to the exact same venue I watched him bomb all those years ago to sign up for the open mic when I'm in Sydney over Christmas. It's a valuable fucking life lesson for you. Be nice to everyone, because you just don't fucking know what's going to happen in the future. All right, that's it for me tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around, write me a review, add me on social media, and I will see you the fuck later.